Hello all, and welcome to today's beer review, which I am calling the Everything Falls Apart beer review, because my car is having some weird problems with the gear shifting and rough idling. I have no idea because I'm not too much of a gearhead. Um, all I know is there's a chance it could be really expensive. My computer is failing. Literally, it would not start up earlier this week to the no startup functions or anything. And I had just replaced the motherboard like literally a year ago. The motherboard and the graphics card literally a year ago, and the power supply unit a year before that. So I was just like so frustrated already. I went and beat my computer with the shoe, and somehow it's now functioning again. But I also know that beating your computer with the shoe is not a real solution to a problem. It's something that probably causes your computer to break for worse. But for now, it's still running. So don't be surprised if I suddenly stop uploading in the near future. I also, very long story, which includes some private details, so I'm just going. I had something happen recently in which my meter data on my cell phone was far, far exceeded. So I wasn't expecting it to do that, but it kind of turned out that way. Um, so there's that. Of course, as many of you probably already know, grocery prices have really gone up. It's like 20% in my case anyway. So I really need to get the second job. Don't know how I'm going to get it. But until I do, here's to the brief escape of alcohol from all of life's worries and troubles. And I actually bought something really expensive because when life gives me lemons, I might as well go and piss on it and make some piss lemonade. You know, piss lemonade is when you go and get yourself something you enjoy, but it also increases your problems. Anyway, so kind of rambling on for like 2.5 minutes already. I'm pretty sure most of you don't give a crap about my life. So, what are we reviewing? Rogue Dreamland. Haven't reviewed too many Rogue beers. This one just seemed alright to review. I didn't want to go and tax my mind today because I'm pretty exhausted after today. So, in the last week. So, this is an American lager. Rogue being, of course, that Oregon brewery. My Calabash cousin works for them. Anyways, let's go and read it, shall we? Drink beer, build skate parks. This beer was born from a dream to renovate our hometown skate park in Newport, Oregon to give our community a safe and clean place to skate. The incredible people at Dreamland Skate Parks helped make our dream a reality, and with them we want to help others realize theirs. So we brew Dreamland American Lager, a simple, crisp lager from which a portion of the proceeds will go to building skate parks around the world. Welcome to Dreamland. This is 4.8 ABV and 14 IBU. SRM is 3.4. Can't recall what that means. Um, I probably have read about it and forgotten it because it's not something that's usually printed on the beers, but if I was brewing beer, I'd probably know what it was. Anyways, let's just get to it. I'm going to be pouring it into my broken Pilsner glass because why wouldn't I? Okay, so a slightly hazy yellow, very nicely carbonated, with a bright white fizzy head that's quickly receding. The notes of Crackery to bready malts, floral hopping, some slight minerality, an interesting and almost slight lemony tang to it. Nowhere near like an IPA, but just very slight hint of lemons there. Very much an example of American lager style. Decent mix of grainy malts to floral hops. And onto the palate with it. Hmm. Clean finish. Just an ever so slight ghost of graininess there. Or should I say cereal grains. Mildly bitter hops in the front. A bit of a thick mouthfeel for a 4.8. While the taste is clean in the finish, it doesn't feel clean on the tongue, if you know what I mean, physically speaking, in the tactile sense. Carbonation, yeah, there's some bite there. Not as much as I would be expecting from an American lager, but definitely there. Just a slight subtle sweetness to it. Very subtle, mostly dry, but there is a bit of perception of sugar on the palate. Or should I say just sweetness. Now, what is most interesting and what kind of stands out to me the most is, remember how I said there's kind of a lemoniness in the nose? There is a tartness to this in the front and expands slightly in the mids before being cleared away in the finish. Um, Tartness isn't something I really associate with the American lager style. Um, I'm a bit torn as to go and consider it like a flaw or as bonus. I kind of like that little twist to it, but it also means it's not quite to style, really. I'm kind of thinking American lager is basically a German Pilsner, lacking certain aspects of Pilsner. It's supposed to be very clean, this is pretty clean. Finish is clean. Very simple, and some of them should be sort of drier. Some of them should be a bit sweeter. Some of them will have more hop presence. Some of them will have less hop presence. But all in all, the flavor and scent profile should be more or less similar. The sourness is something, well, I shouldn't say sourness because that kind of evokes a sour. And what I mean by this is this um, evocation of tartness, I suppose, is something that's enjoyable to me, but also slightly disconcerting at the same time. I mean, I prefer it to American lagers that have a lot of sugar presence, which can be to style because I've had many that are like that, but I don't enjoy a cloying sweetness in my lagers. But, you know, your mileage may vary. Definitely a 4.8 in head feel, even though it's a bit thick on the mouth. Alcohol presence isn't too great. So definitely something that you could go and crush a few of, or uh, do yard work with. I'm kind of strange myself. When I do yard work, I tend to like to have the beer before I do the yard work rather than after. Mostly because for some reason it gives me a lot of energy, and it also keeps me from getting tired. Well, I definitely do feel more tired the next day. Okay, so Rogue Ales, Dreamland, American Lager. Basically, beer brewed to support the creation of skate parks. I'm not big into skating. I had some friends that were, and I had some people that kind of were real dicks to me in high school who were, but um, I guess it's a good cause. Anything that goes in, I don't know. I'm of mixed feelings of the sport, but I really shouldn't say anything about that because I don't actually feel all that strongly one way or the other. But yeah, support skate parks. If you like supporting skate parks, have this fairly. Um, it's not going to blow your mind. I don't think anyone should expect their mind to be blown by an American lager, but it does have an interesting difference from what I think is a lot of them, namely that mild tartness. So yeah, that's your beer review for this evening, folks. I'm going to go and finish this. And well, tomorrow I'm going to review something pretty interesting, so I'm going to have a little bit of something there. And yeah, this hand signal right here is a little bit of a sign of what it's going to be. Hint, 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 hint. And after that, probably have a nice glass of tea and hit the hay. And that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.